Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is actually just going to be pretty much like a story time video, but what I wanted to do was share an experience that I've had within my business with you in the hope that it kind of teaches you the lesson that I myself have learnt through this experience. So it is going to be a super casual chat, just you and me, so if you need to go grab a coffee or a drink of some sort, then definitely go do that, but I'm pretty much going to jump straight in. So the reason why I titled this video, The Truth About My Business, is because there's something that I've done which kind of makes me a bit of a hypocrite in a sense, but I really wanted to come out and share this story because it was a massive lesson that I myself have learned in my business, and as I said, I wanted to share with you. So basically, I'm gonna just go through and tell the story. So halfway through last year, I'd been going really well with my coaching business. I'd been coaching clients one-on-one, and I was really ready to kind of expand upon that and even go a little bit more niche in what I was teaching. So as you may remember, when I very first started my coaching business, I was really just helping people to start up their online businesses. So my program that I was taking through people one-on-one was helping them to start online service-based businesses. Now, as I kind of progressed along that, there was another interest that I had in, and the reason why I had that interest was because it was so very much based around my story. And that interest was I really wanted to help people who wanted to be entrepreneurs, yes, but they also wanted to be influencers. I have my business and the success, the six figures, all of the things that came from my business came from the fact that I was also an influencer. I was a content creator, I was a YouTuber, I previously had a blog. All of the opportunities that came to me came because of that. So my idea was that I really wanted to teach women how to do exactly what I was doing. So I wanted to make the transition. I wanted to move my coaching program over to really helping people, more so on the influencer entrepreneurial side of things rather than the startup phase. So at the time I had hired a coach. I've worked with many coaches over the course of my journey here, but I did hire a coach because I wanted to kind of get their help on how I could evolve my business and how I could kind of revamp what I was doing to bring in this new focus. Now, on the session where I actually brought this up with this coach, I basically pitched the idea that I wanted to teach women who were entrepreneurs to be influencers and how to be influencers, not just be an influencer for the sake of, an influencer and get brand deals, but how to really marry the two. And I was basically given the advice that entrepreneurs weren't thinking about being influencers. They were thinking about making money, they were thinking about getting clients, they were thinking about keeping their business afloat, hiring, and all of this stuff. And basically, I got led down to the conclusion that it wasn't going to be a very profitable idea. And from that, what I actually got out of the session with this coach was to maybe go in a different direction and instead start a group coaching program and still focus on helping women who are wanting to make more sales and start up their businesses, but maybe add a little bit of that entrepreneurial influencer kind of, flair into there, but don't make it the main focus. And, at the time, I could completely understand what she was saying. To me, the idea sounded really new and revolutionary. I knew not a lot of people were talking about kind of marrying those two. I'd also said the idea to a couple of other entrepreneurs, and they were like, yeah, maybe. So it was a very fresh, new kind of idea, and it wasn't something that had a lot of backing. Although I knew it was my story, it was how I got to where I was, and I knew that I could teach people how to do the same thing so that they could, yes, have the business, but then also have all of those other amazing influencer opportunities that come with it, the press deals, the sponsorships, the media mentions, the collaborations, all of that stuff could come whilst also having a successful business. But anyway, the coach basically recommended me against that idea because it might not have been the most profitable thing to do. And me, and this is the hypocritical part of it, is I listened. So even though deep in my heart I knew this could happen and I could teach people how to do this stuff because it was my story, I still listened to the advice of this coach. Now, I'm not saying this is their fault in any way because they were just basing it on their own experience and what they thought was going to work and giving me ideas based upon that. But anyway, so I kind of pushed the idea aside, even though I'd already registered, 2 business names. So first of all, I registered the Influencer Academy, but then found out Amanda Bucci had a similar name to that. So then I registered the Game Changer Collective. Both of those really, to me, feel like they represent the idea of teaching women how to be a personal brand, an influencer, and an entrepreneur. But anyway, after that, I kind of just took the advice and I went down the route of starting the group coaching program and pushed my kind of idea and the passion that I did have aside to follow what I thought was going to be the most profitable. Now, the worst thing in this situation is I would never ever recommend anyone to do that. If someone comes to me as a mentor and as a coach and has this amazing idea, yes, together we do the proper research to make sure that it is profitable. But if there is even a morsel of it becoming a trend, then I would definitely recommend that they pursue the idea with patience in mind. But, me being in the situation that I was influenced by the decision of another person and I didn't follow what I thought was going to work. So what I want to say here, this is the first lesson out of this, is if you have an idea and you feel in your heart, you feel in your intuition and in your gut that it's going to work, that it's going to be something that is going to be, an amazing opportunity for you to make an impact on other people's lives, don't let anybody else ever persuade you against that. If you can deep within your heart feel as though that it could be something, then pursue it. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, but at least you tried. The most important thing is that you tried. You might waste 5 years of your life pursuing this opportunity or pursuing this dream, and it might just never come into fruition, but at least you will know that it didn't work. And that's the whole risk of being an entrepreneur. You pursue things with the risk of it maybe not turning out, but then when it does, when those big risks do pay off, they are amazing, and those are the kind of things that change the world. I could have been really early to the game. There are so many people talking about how to make influencers, entrepreneurs now, and this is only almost a year later. It's, we know how quickly social media and things like that move. As a matter of fact, the coach who recommended me against it is actually talking about how to be more influential as an entrepreneur. So it's crazy how things turn out. But if you have an idea, I really, really want you to pursue it. The other side of this, and this is lesson 2 that I did want you to get out of this video, I felt really hard on myself for a long time because I knew I should have followed this opportunity and I didn't. I am now, which I'll talk a little bit about in a second, but I knew I should have done it in the first place and I didn't. But the second opportunity is, don't be so hard on yourself. If you are a coach or if you are a mentor or if you are trying to teach people things, that you yourself have to be absolutely perfect. Every single person on this planet makes mistakes. If you're a health and fitness coach, it doesn't mean that you have to eat clean 24 hours a day, 7 days a week and never binge on chocolate because you're recommending other people that, they should reduce their chocolate. If you are, a relationship coach, it doesn't mean that you and your partner are never ever going to have a fight. No one is perfect and everyone makes mistakes. It doesn't matter how passionate you are about teaching people certain things. There are still going to be times in your own life where you do slip up and you cannot be so hard on yourself. I see so many women not wanting to give advice because they're like, well, sometimes, I might, slip up a little bit on this. That's absolutely fine. Who cares? You're just human. I made a huge mistake and, as I said, I sound really hypocritical because I always tell people to follow their dreams and to listen to their gut and their own intuition, and I didn't. But it doesn't matter. It was a mistake, and I'm still kind of glad that everything turned out the way it did because I wouldn't have had my amazing group coaching program. I wouldn't have had so many connections with the amazing women who started that. And I finally got there in the end, so at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. So those are the 2 major lessons I kind of wanted to give you out of this story, and I just wanted to give you that in a little bit of an update about my business. So I did my group coaching program, it was amazing. The women that I worked with, I'm so grateful that I got to have an impact on their life in some way, and all of the women who then joined it as a self-study after, they are so incredible too. Now, what I have decided is that it is finally time for me to follow this passion that I have wanted to follow for so many times. I came to this conclusion when I was going back over so many of my journals for last year, and from all of the events that I were at, from, you know, sitting on my couch with George watching Impact Theory, every single what I'm gonna do about it scribe that I had in all of my journals, they all led to personal branding and teaching people how to be influencers as entrepreneurs. And now I've come to the time where I'm going at it full force. So that's why I started the podcast all about personal branding. That's why I'm doing those amazing interviews with those awesome personal brands. It's why I'm now going back into mentoring. I'm teaching people how to do exactly what I've done. You know, grow an audience, grow a community, get brand deals, but also start a successful business. I believe you truly can do it both. And what I'm finally doing as well is I am finally changing my Game Changer Collective, which was a how to start your business course. I'm going to be changing that all into a course that is all about personal branding and becoming an influencer as an entrepreneur, which I'm so excited about. Now, of course, I do have to close off the Game Changer Collective for a little while as we do transition it into the new course, but anyone who is enrolled in the program will have access to all of the content that is there now for the next few months as we close off the enrollment, and then they will also have access to the brand new program. So, I mean, if you were thinking about signing up for the Game Changer Collective, now is the time. Enrollment will be closed in a week. But you get 2 courses for the price of 1. You get, you know, a fair few months to work through it as a how to start your business course, all of the things you need to do to get your business off the ground. And then it will be changed into a course that is all about becoming an influential entrepreneur, building up your personal brand, pursuing opportunities that can get you book deals, TED Talks, you know, speaking gigs, a massive community, and ultimately put yourself in a position to be a game changer. So that is a little bit of an update about my business. Please take those lessons on board. Always follow your heart and your gut and your intuition. If it doesn't work out, that's fine. But if it does, the payoffs are big. And also, don't be so hard on yourself. You know, I really didn't want to talk about this for a long time because I was ashamed. And I talk about how I really was ashamed for the fact that, you know, I didn't want to do coaching anymore because I just didn't feel aligned with all of the introductory to business, because I knew in my gut I was supposed to be teaching what I'd done myself. And so I, you know, stopped coaching, and now I'm mentoring again, and whatever, I'm over it all. I just wanted to tell you that every single person that you see online, we're all just human. We make mistakes, we go up, we go down, we go back, we go forth. But as long as you just keep on moving, it doesn't matter. So be easy on yourself. Everyone makes mistakes. Follow your gut. Join the Game Changer Collective if you want 2 courses for the price of 1 and to really learn how to start your business and then grow your personal brand. I'll leave all of the information to that down below. That's a bit of an update about what I'm doing in my business now. I'm going full force with everything that's got me to where I am today and teaching my mentoring clients and my students in my course all exactly how to get to where I am. So thank you so much if you did watch to the end of this video. I really appreciate it. I know it was just a pretty quick chat, but I appreciate each and every single one of you, and I value so much the impact that you've had on my journey, and I really, really hope to continue making an impact on yours as well. Thanks guys, see you in the next one.